all month long, I have been asking people what their favorite Bill Paxton role is because it's Bill Paxton month. And Jason, I am not going to ask you what your favorite Bill Paxton role is
Okay.
because you and I are going to discuss our top 10 favorite Bill Paxton roles.
Yo! Stop your grinning and drop your linen.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Johnson, and this is a Film by Podcast. I am excited to have my friend and the co-host of the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast with me today, the one, the only, the Jason Colvin.
Hey man, I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. I have been listening to these episodes and of course weighing in and making a list of movies that I haven't seen. So I'm
Oh,
excited to
awesome.
start to add. Like I haven't seen Frailty. I'm excited to watch that one. You got me
Ah,
fired up for that
Frailty,
one.
Frailty's so good, man. I'm excited to hear what you're going to have to say about it because you're a dad, you're a father, and well, I won't say any more because you haven't seen the movie and I don't want to spoil
If I
anything
come
for you.
home
But
and say we're killing demons, get in the truck. Let's go.
I can only imagine what those Colvin children are going to be saying to you.
That's right.
Jason, Bill Paxton has 100 acting credits, and today we're going to narrow them down to our top 10 favorites. I know this is not going to be easy. I know we're going to be missing some notable ones, right?
Oh, of
We have
course.
to.
Jeff, when you asked me initially to do this with you, we talked about doing Next of Kin,
Yeah.
which is Bill Paxton, Liam Neeson, Patrick Swayze,
Helen Hunt's in that, I think.
Helen Hunt's in it, and a very young Ben Stiller.
I thought I was onto something here because when we created Bill Paxton Month, I knew that we were going to talk about the two films that he directed, and then I just wanted to pick two somewhat underrated films that he starred in.
Right.
And it had been decades since I seen Next of Kin, and I remember you called me up and said, "Hey man, he's in this for like 2 minutes, right?" I was like, "What?"
He gets killed
Oh,
in like the first 5 minutes.
yeah.
They
Oh, I completely forgot that. So but I'll tell you what, I was happy to take that call because there's so many Bill Paxton performances that I would have loved to have talked about. Just don't have the time. But then when you get Jason Colvin in the studio, then it's like, well, hey, like you're in for we got some good top tens, some top fives, and we can have a little bit more fun. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that is what we are going to do today. Before we get going, Jason, I do have something here for you because we always like to talk about a couple facts, maybe throw out a quote, and I gotta be honest with you, man. I feel like I'm the Bill Paxton biographer at this point because we've been doing this all month long. I'm starting to run out of interesting facts and trivia, but I have got a list, and we've talked about a couple movies here and there that he would have been in or he was almost cast in, but I've been saving some of the juicier ones for you.
Oh, good.
Uh,
Okay.
so I'd love to run through these real quick and kind of Colvin cut this. Tell me, like, is it a better movie with Bill Paxton or is it a worse movie with Bill Paxton? I can't imagine there being a worse movie because Bill Paxton in it, but when you think about who ended up with the role, maybe there'll be something to it. So
Okay. Let's see what we got.
let's go to the 80s. I know you love the 80s.
I do. Yes.
So let's talk about 1985, which is it's been 40 years. You
Yeah.
guys have been talking about some really excellent movies from 1985. We've talked about a couple, but two movies that you and I didn't talk about, at least so far. I don't know what Shirley You Can't Be Serious podcast has planned for the rest of the year, but Bill Paxton was almost cast in Steve Gutenberg's role in Cocoon in 1985.
Really? Wow.
I think that works. What do you what's your call there?
No, I think that does work. I think he's everything that Gutenberg is. I mean, we've seen him handle romantic leads.
Yeah.
We've seen him handle comedic leads and drama, and that role is kind of a three-parter, it's all mixed together right there. So I could see that. I think I'm going to stick with Steve Gutenberg on
Okay,
this one.
that's fair. Also in 1985, he was offered the role of Sergeant Proctor in Police Academy 2, their first assignment. He actually turned it down because his buddy James Cameron offered him a role in a movie called Aliens.
Well, he made the right call there, obviously. But does he improve the Police Academy movies playing Proctor? Yeah, he does.
Significant improvement, but not at the risk of losing what he does in Aliens. I don't.
That's
think.
right. No doubt about it.
Okay, so we just talked about Indian Summer last week on our show, and Jason, I know you've seen it. I know you love
I love
the
it. I
movie.
love it. Yeah.
And at the beginning of this movie, we talked about this, how he kind of looks a lot like Roddy Piper from They Live. He's got the exact same haircut. He's got the same exact leather jacket, and
Yeah.
it's just like, and I think I made a comment like, hey, this is Bill Paxton is kind of like it's Roddy Piper if Roddy Piper stops working out every day, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Coincidentally, he was up for the role of Nada in They Live, and John Carpenter ultimately went with Roddy Piper.
Really? That's good. I like it.
Amazing, right? One more for the 80s for you.
Uh-huh.
I believe you have hailed this year as the best year in cinema for the 1980s. Now I'm talking about 1989.
Uh-huh.
He was considered for the Tom Hulce role in Parenthood.
I can see that. I think
Absolutely,
that's
right?
an improvement. Yeah. Tom Hulce may have been Amadeus, but Bill Paxton in that role, I could definitely see it. I think that might be an improvement there.
All right. Get ready for a whirlwind of the 90s because you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. All
Ooh,
right.
okay.
So,
All right.
1991, he's up for the role of Cliff Secord in The Rocketeer.
Ooh, okay.
Bill Paxton as The Rocketeer, I don't know about the chemistry between him and Jennifer Connelly, though. I don't think that works.
That one I'd have to be convinced of, but
Yeah.
I'm interested in going to the alternate video store and checking that one out. Let me just say that.
Yeah, the alternate universe video store might be the place to go for that one. Listeners, if you want more Rocketeer, go back and listen to our Joe Johnston Rocketeer episode. We did that. I think that was last season. 1994, he's up for Lance in Pulp Fiction, which ultimately went to Eric Stoltz.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton. I mean, Pulp Fiction was a great movie, great ensemble cast. I've got nothing against Eric Stoltz, but
Listen, how often are we going to steal roles from Eric Stoltz, though? Like, let the man have something. So, also 1994, he's up for Michael Keaton's role in a movie called The Paper. Did you ever see that one?
yeah, I did. I like that movie. I like Keaton's energy in
better
that
with
one.
Paxton?
No, I'm sticking with Keaton in that one.
Okay. 1995, he was in the running for Alan Parrish in a film called Jumanji, who he ultimately lost that role to Robin Williams.
Whew, that's a tough one, but I got to stick with Robin Williams on that one.
I think I'm going Paxton.
Are you?
Wild Bill,
Okay.
yeah, he's known for his hijinks on set and his practical jokes and his crazy behavior. I think we could have had some fun with him in Jumanji.
Okay. All right.
1996, Joel Schumacher was looking at him to play Jake Brigance in A Time to Kill. He lost that role to Matthew McConaughey. I think Schumacher made the better call there.
Yeah, that was McConaughey's breakout role.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with McConaughey in that one.
1997, he's originally cast in the lead role for Oliver Stone's U-Turn. Stone had wanted Sean Penn to do it. Sean Penn turned it down. Paxton takes it. He backs out of the project a week before they start shooting. And fortunately for Oliver Stone, Penn reconsidered.
Any story on that?
I was digging around, but I could not find out why he backed out at the last second. But it didn't help him too much because he went to read for Stone movie called The Doors. He went to read for Jim Morrison. Now, the funny story goes that he was shooting Navy SEALs at the time, so he's got the flat top, he's got the mustache, he's
Right.
playing Dane, and he goes in to read Jim Morrison looking like that, and Stone looks at him and says, "Man, I just don't see it."
Yeah.
End of his
Well, and
shot.
plus Val Kilmer came in and destroyed everybody. So
Absolutely. Go back and check out our top 10 favorite Val Kilmer episodes that we recently did. Go back and check out our Oliver Stone U-turn episode. I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot. We've covered a lot of Bill Paxton stuff.
that's what
I know
happens
you
when you
have
have
too.
400 episodes in the bank, man.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're this is 399 today.
Woo! Way to
Yeah,
go.
big 399 today with
Well
Jason
done.
Colvin. 1998. He was up for Matthew Broderick's role in Godzilla.
Push doesn't matter.
I
That movie stunk. I mean,
Yeah, no, nothing's saving that. So,
right.
I'm happy that he wasn't in it.
Yes.
2001, he was originally cast as Stifler's dad in American Pie Part 2. He left due to a scheduling conflict, and then they later just cut the role completely. I think Chris Penn replaced him, but then they deleted the whole thing regardless. So,
Okay.
and then I don't want to end on a sad one, but I got to tell you, Jason, I know you're an Avatar fan.
I love Avatar. Yes.
So you probably noticed Avatar: The Way of Water was dedicated to the memory of Bill Paxton. It turns out Cameron had hoped to cast him in all the Avatar sequels before his untimely death.
Yeah.
So
That makes total sense. He and Jim Cameron were good buddies.
looking back, I mean, there's some great stuff that I think we could have seen had he chosen the role or had the director chosen him. Some I think he successfully sidestepped, like Godzilla. But
Hey, there you go.
there is one I just sent this to you, so I know you haven't had time.
Okay.
But I do want to talk really quick about one other project he directed, and it's a short film. And I guess, because I know you haven't watched it yet, but in 2011, he came up with a story and directed this 9-minute short. I feel like it's like a proof of concept trailer for what could be a really awesome movie. It's called Tattoo. It stars James Hong, who we know and love as Lo Pan
Yep.
from Big Trouble in Little China. And it also stars Paxton friend Powers Booth. And I don't want to spoil this for you, man, but it's the way it's shot. It is gorgeous. And listeners, I'm going to tell you right now, just go to YouTube, type Bill Paxton Tattoo, and it will come up. It's a 9-minute short, and it is really cool. And I'm telling you, Jason, when you see it, you're gonna call me and you're gonna be like, dude, this is the movie that we should have had. Like,
Oh man. Okay.
So
I'm anxious
I
to
want
watch
to,
that.
yeah, I won't. It's looks a little supernatural. It's a little historical. It's a little bit of a thriller, a little bit of a mystery. And all this is packed into 9 minutes, man. So. Listeners, definitely check out Tattoo, a short film directed by Bill Paxton. It's out there.
Awesome.
All right, Jason. I'm ready to knock out 10 of our favorite Bill Paxton performances. Let's talk about these characters. I'm going to start us off with number 10. We actually covered this movie. Go back and check out our Vertical Limit episode. Martin Campbell, director. But I'm talking about Elliot Vaughn from the 2000 survival thriller Vertical Limit.
Come on, Annie. We both know Tom isn't going anywhere. Yep. You've done your best. You have. We can't waste resources on a lost cause.
Saving somebody's life is not a lost cause.
It is if you know they can't be saved. Why should 3 people die if 2 can live?
This is one of those weird moments where Bill Paxton is playing someone you just love. He looks like he's the life of the party, but he's the bad guy. He's the villain. We're talking fun Texas billionaire turns turns evil. Now, is evil right there? I mean, you're gonna do what you got to do to survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic performance by Bill. He shows up on the mountain and he's they're throwing the party on K2. Hey, we're gonna do this Texas style, and it's just like, man, there's a lot of Bill Paxton in that role until he is trapped in that crevasse and time's running out.
Yeah.
The Dex is running out. They're worried about pulmonary edema setting in. You got the rescue crew coming to get him, led by Scott Glenn, who's got his own reasons for revenge against Bill Paxton. You're like, what? Why would you ever want to attack Bill Paxton? But we find out, and it's definitely a fun movie. That's number 10.
I enjoy. I know he's from Texas originally, and if you're from these parts, you can hear different dialects.
Yeah,
and you can tell who's faking it, who's not faking it. Well, I told you before, Jamie Gertz may be the worst Southern Midwest accent of all time.
Yes, you and I talked about that.
Yes, and he, of course, grew up in North Texas, which is not far from where I'm sitting at the moment, and he just has that natural. It's not over the top, but it is. You can tell it is a little bit Southern,
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of takes it with him, and so that works for me. So when he plays Texas billionaire or older brother jerk, it just kind of it all works.
It does. Who do you got for number 9, Jason?
So for number 9, let's talk about Brock Lovett, the treasure hunter from Titanic.
I have museum-trained experts out here making sure that these relics are preserved and cataloged properly. Take a look at this drawing that we found just today. A piece of paper that's been underwater for 84 years. And my team are able to preserve it intact. Should this have remained unseen at the bottom of the ocean for eternity?
Yeah, 1997 epic Titanic.
Can I just say, I have been on record, and Dee likes to make fun of me. I don't care. I think that Titanic is one of the greatest movies ever made. I think it's a master at the helm. I think Cameron. So I'm obviously a huge James Cameron fan. The detail that he went into to make this movie, the effort, the money, and just the overall quality of this movie, I think is awesome. And then his buddy Bill Paxton is actually the kind of the modern day arc that we go through. He's the one who goes from greedy treasure hunter to, oh, okay, now I realize really what happened that night. So
yeah, this is Paxton's 4th of 5 collaborations with James Cameron. I'll tell you what, I'm with you. I love James Cameron. I think Titanic is a phenomenal movie. D should be making fun of you because it did how many a billion something dollars at the box office. We all love Titanic. I don't care who you are. There's something for everybody in that movie. And I don't know about you, man, but when I watch it, a part of me is always like, man, I wish we could have had the Brock Lovett movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a prequel, I don't know, just a spinoff, like seeing him out there, globetrotting. Yeah, that would have been great, man. You are aware of the infamous PCP incident on set, right?
I am. I just read up on that a little bit.
Yeah.
Somebody spiked the clam chowder, man.
Who spikes clam chowder with PCP? It's angel dust, as Lewis would explain in trading. In Trading Places. But Paxton was one of the 50 plus people that got the full effect of that. And I know, not from experience, from research, it usually takes a good 7-8 days to come off a PCP. Paxton said that he felt listless and not himself for about 2 weeks after that.
Incredible.
So, yeah,
it's incredible.
I'll tell you what else is incredible. This wasn't too long ago. There was an investigation that was concluded about the Titanic, and they proved that if the Titanic had hit the iceberg head on, instead of veering off and sideswiping it, the ship would have been damaged, but it would not have sunk, and it would have arrived in New York City just 2 days later than scheduled.
One other thing on Jim Cameron and Bill Paxton, I think it's interesting. They work together, you know, they work their way up as like prop guys and like, guys who are building. I read a story where they were gluing Big Mac boxes on walls that make it look like a science fiction movie.
What? Yeah, you guys talked about that
Yeah,
on the Show You Keep Me Serious podcast, right? Bill
they
Paxton,
worked
wasn't he
on.
like a set design art
Yes,
design?
and that's how he and Cameron became buddies.
It's
Battle
unreal.
Beyond the Stars.
Wow, just absolutely love. I love those kinds of stories. Number 8 on our list, Jason. I don't have a whole lot to say about it because I said a whole lot last week with
Right.
David and with Amber. I'm talking about Jack from Indian Summer.
What do you say we take the pointer out for a little late night spin?
Yeah, let's take Lou's boat.
The pointer. You know, when I was a kid, all I ever wanted to do was drive this thing.
Hey, Jack. How come you got kicked out of camp?
So, listeners, if you didn't listen to that one, just came out last week. That's a fun episode. We shared some of our own camp stories, as it were. But Jason, I'm going to shut up. I want to hear your thoughts on his performance in Indian Summer.
I love this movie. It's a sort of an undiscovered gem. Even our good buddy James Buckley said he hadn't even heard of it, which I couldn't
Yeah.
believe. So great, fun movie. It's like adults go back to camp, but it's not. It's not dumb stuff. It's not grown-ups.
Yeah.
It's a more mature look at what would you do if a group of your friends went back 20 years, later and went to camp. And he's kind of the moral center of that story, right? He's got
Yeah.
this issue with his former camp leader
Yeah. With
that
the
they end
Lou.
up working out during the week. I don't want to give anything away, but
Yeah.
it's a real sweet moment in the movie, and it's just such a great movie. And he kind of unexpectedly kind of becomes the hero of the story at the end, maybe.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I love this film. I love what Bill Paxton did in the film. It's one of those, Jason, we talk about how much we love coming of age stories. And this is like a coming of age in your Twilight era. I shouldn't say Twilight because they're like in their 30s, but it's a coming of age story for adults, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Indian Summer, it's a beautiful film. I would recommend that one to anyone. Just as I would recommend our number 7 pick, talking about Morgan Earp from Tombstone.
You're right, White. They got me good. Don't let them get you, brother. You're the one.
Easy more. Don't worry about that now.
Remember what I said about seeing a light when you're dying?
Yeah.
It ain't true. I can't see a damn thing.
One of the greatest westerns of all time.
Whew. One of the greatest westerns of all time.
You guys did an excellent episode on this because refresh my memory. It was Young Guns.
Young Guns
Young Guns 2 versus
Yep.
Tombstone, right?
Yeah, it was. That's correct.
That's a
we had
whole
of fun with
lot
that
of
one.
West.
Well, and if you look at these casts, of course, the Young Guns cast is unbelievable. But man, that Tombstone cast with, Kurt Russell, you got Powers Booth, you've got Michael Biehn, you got Sam Elliott, you've got Bill Paxton, you've got Dana Delaney. I mean,
My friend Billy
Val
Zane.
Kilmer, Billy Zane, Jason
Priestley.
The amount of stars in it was just such a
Dana
and it-
Delaney. We could go on. This could become a Tombstone episode, but we don't need to do that. We could just
That's
listen to what you guys did. But would you agree that the one thing that Tombstone could have used was maybe a little bit more Morgan Earp?
I do think that his presence would have been felt throughout the movie, but his death is really what sets everything into motion.
It absolutely does. The
Kind
thing
of like
is,
next of kin.
yeah. The thing is, rumors persist that before he was fired, the film's original director, I think it's Kevin Gerard, wrote and directed it. He had written a much bigger role for Paxton, but once George P. Cosmatos came on board, focus kind of shifted away from the Earps and onto Doc and Wyatt. So
Interesting.
interesting situation. I think that script's actually available online if you know where to look. So
I think we are getting ready to cover another movie written by Kevin Jarre and directed by George Cosmatos. A little movie called Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
I am so excited for this to happen on the Surely Can't Be Serious podcast. Rambo 2 versus Commando.
Yes.
That is one heck of a slugfest from 1985. And
Stallone
your
versus Schwarzenegger.
co-host, your co-host and our buddy D Graves has not seen either one of them. How did he escape the 1980s without seeing those two classics? I wonder.
I don't know. And as of this morning, I texted him like, "Have you watched any of these yet?" Not yet.
I can't wait to hear his
I know
his,
it's going to be
his
amazing.
thoughts. It's gonna blow it. That will blow my mind because it blows my mind that he hasn't seen them yet. But yeah, listeners, don't go back. Go forward. Coming soon on the Show You Can't Be Serious podcast. Rambo 2 versus Commando. So
Should be 3 weeks from now. So
3 weeks from now. All right, we're 3 weeks out. I can't wait. I can't wait for number 6, Jason. Who do you got for number 6?
okay, number 6 I think could easily slide up to the number 1 spot. It's that good. He steals every scene that he's in. It's pure comedy. Everything he says is hilarious, and it's Simon from True Lies.
You can elude us forever, Carlos? Huh?
Wait, you got the wrong guy. My name's Simon. Look, just let me go. There's no need to kill me.
The game's over. Your career as an international terrorist has been well documented.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah.
No, I sell cars. That's all. Come on. I'm not a terrorist. I'm actually a complete coward. If I ever saw a gun, I'd oh God, oh please don't kill me. I'm not a spy. I have to lie to women to get laid, and I don't score much. I got a little dick. It's pathetic. Oh God. Oh, would a spy pee himself, huh?
Paxton's third of 5 collaborations with James Cameron, and one of the funniest, if not the funniest. I think this is Amber Lewis. This was her pick for her favorite Bill Paxton role. She's got a thing for Simon, man. She loves him. But
He's
how do you
hilarious.
not? He is hilarious. Because he's like when you see him with Jamie Lee, you buy into it. Like this guy, like where was Bill Paxton the super spy? We missed out on that. But when he's riding shotgun with Arnie,
Would a spy pee himself?
Come on. Yeah. Just a wonderful role. It's one of those things where we've seen him play a less than moral guy. But Simon takes the cake, man.
He's so good. You know, when he's handing her the briefcase, he has this elaborate scam where he's trying to get her in bed with him. He
Yeah.
offers him a little bit of excitement, hoping to,
Mhm.
get him in bed. And he manages to pull off the amazing, I'm over the top, but I'm trying to act like I'm not over the top. And yet it's funny in the movie,
Yeah.
telling her that this is a briefcase. Hold this for me. I'll be back for it.
When he is describing Jamie Lee's body to Arnold, and he's being incredibly crass. I love that. It's a great moment for Cameron where you watch Arnold just smash his face with one punch, and then you're like, "Whoa, did he just kill this guy?" And then it's like, but then you're just in Arnold's head.
Right.
We're right back to that obnoxious laughter of Simon. So fantastic pick. Yeah, you're right, man. This is our number 6, but it is easily could have been to the top. And again, we're not really ranking these per se. It's our 10 favorites. We're just
Yeah. Did you know that Simon, the character, almost got his own spin-off TV series?
You're what?
Yes.
Why didn't we get that? Paxton is a TV guy.
Would you watch that show?
I would have watched that every single week. I wouldn't have even let that pile up and binge watch it. I'd be like, no, I got to see what Simon's up to.
That character was so good. I would have watched it every week.
Well, speaking of TV, can we take a quick break from our top 10 and talk? I got a couple memorable Bill Paxton TV appearances that I'd love to talk about for a moment.
Awesome.
Going back to 1986, Jason, he has a guest starring role on one of our favorite television shows. You can hear that music right now. You know what I'm talking about. Miami Vice.
Let's go.
Season 3, episode 10 of an episode called Streetwise. He plays an undercover vice cop named Vic Romano who, falls for the hooker with the heart of gold. We get mixed up with some cocaine. We got the bad guy played by an equally just as young Wesley Snipes, who he's pretty much playing Nino Brown from New Jack City.
Yeah.
But to see him, I mean, this is the same year he did Wildcats. So
wow.
He's like 19, 20.
Yeah. Yeah. Young, very young.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Paxton is pretty damn good as this, he's working Vice. He's undercover. They, Crockett and Tubbs bust him. And then, they're like, hey, Crockett's like, you can't see the line, pal. You're way past it, because Bill Paxton's like, I know how to walk the line. And, it's like one of those great ones where Sonny's trying to give advice to the young Vice cop. And, this is season 3.
Absolutely.
So he's got Don Johnson has like the spike haircut.
Yes.
The pastels are in full effect, Miami Vice, for, anyone that loves that show, you've got to get, I cannot recommend the Blu-ray complete series enough. It looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
What time am I coming over, pal, to watch this?
You got an all access pass, man. Come on in. So moving on, you and I were talking, I told you about this earlier. 1993, he does a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yeah.
It's called People Who Live in Brass Hearses. So
okay.
I'll tell you right now, if you want to watch Miami Vice, the only way you're going to get it is to order, the physical media. But you can watch the Tales from the Crypt episode that we're talking about. It's on YouTube. Just, Tales from the Crypt, Bill Paxton. It'll pop up. I promise you.
Okay.
He co-stars with Brad Dourif. You recognize that name?
Well, just because you and I were talking about it this afternoon, but otherwise I would not have recognized that name.
This is amazing actor. He played Grimo Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings. He was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He played a messed up kid named Billy with Jack Nicholson. But everyone knows him. He's famous. He's the voice of Chucky. This is a wickedly funny story about murder, revenge, and ice cream. Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. I'll say no more. But if you want to see Bill Paxton playing Billy DeLuca in Tales from the Crypt, it's definitely a fun one. For all the Paxton fans, I'd recommend it. Jason, I know you've probably seen this next episode I'm about to talk about 100 times because you and I are two of the biggest Frasier fans.
Yes.
And 2003, he's in season 10, episode 23 of Frasier. This was Analyzed Kiss. This was a time you and I aren't really keen on this era of Frasier because he's involved with Julia, who we couldn't stand. But Bill Paxton plays one of the callers at the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
playing a guy named Ernie, and he takes the call, and I'm Ernie. I'm angry at my dog. He's trying to hide the Texas accent, but it's still there.
Right.
Frasier attempts to explain that, when people are angry with their pets, they're actually angry at themselves for something. So Ernie, why are you angry at the dog? And then, Bill Paxton's like, well, he keeps telling me to take my foil hat off. Frasier eye roll, and then, next caller. But it's weird because like when you're watching Frasier, you never stop and think about the voices behind all these callers, but they're all noteworthy in some regard, right?
Yeah, I think my favorite one is when Matthew Broderick calls in, and he's working at a convenience store, and he said that the me in the reflection is doing things that I don't approve of.
Yes.
Yeah, but those guys, every time that you have a call into the Frasier radio show, it's somebody famous.
Yeah. Now, one more memorable TV. And I listen, I'm passing over Big Love and Hatfield and McCoy's because that was prestige. Everyone knows, that he was part of that. I'm kind of going for stuff that maybe people don't know.
Okay.
And that's why I want to end 2014. In season 1, he did like 6 episodes. He played a guy named John Garrett on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, wow.
Interesting how he got this. So back in 2013, the year before, he's in a movie called Two Guns with Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington.
Okay.
And this is at a point where Bill had kind of felt like his career had stalled a little bit. You know, he wasn't getting much work. So he requests to be included on the promotional tour for Two Guns. And it pays off because he gets hired for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on that promotional tour. And then this also leads to his role in Edge of Tomorrow, the Tom Cruise movie. It's got like, oddly enough, doing a promotional tour for a movie leads to a minor resurgence. So I always think that's pretty cool.
Good for him. I mean, he's a hardworking guy, get out there,
He was.
hustle
He
a little
was.
bit.
Yeah. Fun fact, his son played a younger version of his character in the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, cool.
I thought that was kind of cool. Jason, I know we got to get back to our top 10, but before we do, let's take a quick break. And when we get back, we'll finish up this top 10. Welcome back. Jason Colvin from the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast is with us today. We are talking about our top 10 favorite Bill Paxton roles. Jason, we've talked about some television work. We've talked about a lot of amazing stuff that Bill Paxton almost did. And we have worked halfway through our list. I want to jump back in with number 5. You mentioned this movie earlier. You haven't seen it yet. I know we're anxiously waiting to hear the Colvin opinion of this one. This is a movie called Frailty, which we covered at the beginning of this month. It's Bill Paxton's feature film directorial debut, and he plays the dad.
Hey, Dad, who is that?
That's a demon, son. Come on in here, boys. It's all right.
Dad, don't. Please don't.
Fenton, if I could spare you this, I would. But we are God's servants, and His will must be served.
I'm just going to be careful here. I don't want to spoil anything, Jason, because you haven't seen it. And I know we talked about it already. For our listeners that already heard that one, if you haven't, go back, listen. Amber and I had a pretty interesting conversation about this one because she had some choice thoughts about this movie. So,
it was Amber's opinion that really was the clincher for me on I've got to see this movie because clearly I think you were a fan from the get-go.
Right from the get-go.
For her to be so like adamantly against it and then to see the end and then say, I've got to go back and rewatch it.
Yep.
That to me is a great reason because clearly there's something amazing that happened there that's worth seeing. So
yeah,
I have not watched it yet, but I'm excited to check it out.
This film is fantastic. Check it out. Moving on, our number 4 pick. And Jason, I know you and Dee had a conversation about this one. Who do you got?
Absolutely. This is Chet Donnelly, the biggest buttwad of all from Weird Science.
The Booze Hounds return.
What a joke. Hi, girls. Feeling kind of queasy? How about a nice, greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray?
Chet! Chet!
My name is Chet. And I didn't think it was a whale, honey.
Chet from Weird Science. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I absolutely loved the recent 2-parter that you and Dee did. This was Weird Science against Real Genius.
Thank you. Yes.
Geeks versus geniuses.
Geeks versus geniuses.
You guys crushed this one, man. I tell you, like, I own Weird Science. I've always owned. I think I've had it from like VHS to DVD to Blu-ray. It was listening to you guys talk about Real Genius though that reminded me, hey, wait a minute. I like that movie a lot, but I haven't seen it in like probably 20 plus years.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, so just based off of your commentary, I hit order. It arrived today actually. So I got my 4K Real Genius. I'll be loading that into the Blu-ray player here later this evening, and I have you to thank for
Fantastic.
that. You and D, because I
Well,
love what you guys
great.
had to say.
Thank you.
Jet,
Chet.
just
So John Hughes let him off the leash and just said, "Hey, go for it. Improv, insult your brother, be the biggest turd you could possibly be to, Elon Mitchell Smith." And he does things like, I mean, even just little things like throwing eggs against the ceiling and catching them in a pan and just,
hey, that looks pretty
just
good. Make yourself
make
one,
yourself one.
dickweed.
Oh,
You guys,
it's
I don't.
so good.
I'm not gonna spoil it because I'd rather listeners hear it from you. But you guys had a pretty cool story on the creation of Chet the Turd Monster and
Yeah.
how that came to be. I love that. I was cracking up when you guys were talking about that. So
Thank you. Yes.
Chet from Weird Science, the ultimate evil big brother. I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna go out on a limb
did
here
it out
for
of
old
love.
Chet. Yeah, he's done out of love. But if there's one thing you can say about Chet on his behalf, he respects his elders.
He does.
He is very upset when he sees Nanny and Grampy in the closet.
Boy, do you have any
What?
idea how disrespectful that is?
What are they doing in here? So for all his faults, Chet at least respects and loves his grandparents. So I'm gonna close the book on Chet with that. Let's
Can't be
move
all
on to
bad.
number 3. And I know people are like, at what point are you gonna say this role? Talking about Bill Harding.
Jesus, Joe, why can't you just forget it?
You don't understand, okay? You'll never know.
When's it gonna be enough, huh? How close do you have to get? Talk to me! Joe, things go wrong. You can't explain it. You can't predict it. Killing yourself won't bring your dad back. I'm sorry he died, but it was a long time ago. You gotta move on. Stop living in the past and look at what you got right in front of you.
What are you saying?
Me, Joe.
The Extreme from 1996 Twister. Jason, we did a limited series called 1996. I was lucky enough, you joined me to cover our Twister episode. So I feel like a broken record, but I'm going to say go back and check out our episode that Jason guest co-hosted with me. We talked about Twister. And you talked about Jamie Gertz's accent earlier, which it's hard for me to say any ill thing about Jamie Gertz because I love her. She's the queen. She's one of the queens of 1986. But that accent, man,
It's terrible.
it's awful. That haircut
for
and
her.
that accent. I don't know what happened there.
What is worse, the haircut or the accent? It's hard to tell.
The accent.
But-
I'm gonna say it.
Lucky for her, she's got $1 billion in the bank. So she's literally the richest actress in the world.
That can't be right.
She is the richest
Why would she be the richest?
because she married a billionaire.
Oh, well, there you have it. Okay. I'm sitting here. I'm thinking, hold on. The Lost Boys, Quicksilver, Crossroads.
You didn't. Quicksilver paid her.
Roller babies.
Right.
Something's not adding up here. Oh,
Less than zero.
Marry a billionaire. That'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't really talk about this on the episode, but I caught this. Helen Hunt was doing an interview talking about Twister, and they asked her about working with Bill, and she said, and I quote, "I think we immediately had the chemistry. There's this old trope that is true. Sometimes you have chemistry with someone and you love everything they say and you want to jump in their arms. And other times they drive you crazy, and that's another kind of chemistry. So I think we both realized that was what was asked of us in this." And she went on to kind of compare their performance, their chemistry, to that of Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn, which I think is absolutely sweet.
Yeah. I love it. Now that movie was, of course, big around here because it's one of the few movies that was shot in my town.
Say you're on location with the Jason Colvin.
I know. I think I called you about this time last year. I'm like, hey, I'm at the pickup station. Big But you're right. They do have chemistry. When I watched Next of Kin last week,
Yeah.
she's with Patrick Swayze and his brother is Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
And I felt this weird betrayal. I'm like, that
Yeah, it
you
felt
don't
wrong.
belong
Like,
with him. Yeah.
yeah.
Because their chemistry is so good in Twister.
Twister, yeah, their chemistry is amazing. Amber Lewis, last week she called this a rom com with tornadoes.
And
She was
cows.
talking about how they interact with each other. So, rom com with tornadoes. Check out
She's
Twister.
not wrong.
She's not wrong. Well, if Jason Coleman says she's not wrong, you live there. You've faced down many an F4, F5. So I would believe you over just about anybody. So
Yeah. In fact, this podcast we had to push because tornadoes were ramping up. I was like, I don't know, Jeff.
We're a day late, and you're like, hey, I might be getting in the truck and chasing one down here. I'm not sure. All right, Jason. Our number 2 pick, one of my absolute favorite Bill Paxton performances from one of my absolute favorite vampire films. I'm talking about his role as Severin from 1987's Near Dark.
It's finger licking good.
I need to watch this movie. I haven't seen this movie in decades.
Oh, man. You're missing out. I mean, you didn't miss out because you saw it, but
Yeah.
you need to tune back in, man.
I know. It's set in Oklahoma, number 1.
Yep.
And number 2, it's got Bishop and Vasquez from Aliens in there with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. This is, I mean, we talked about what listeners, go back and check out our Catherine Bigelow Near Dark episode.
Right.
Because we covered this. Actually, this was season 1. I think we covered this, but it's amazing because Catherine Bigelow, James Cameron, they're kind of an item at this point.
Yeah.
She's looking to cast this, and he's like, hey, you should check out, I got this cast from Aliens. That's awesome. They already are a family. Hire them. And she goes on to hire Bill Paxton, Jeanette Goldstein, Lance Henriksen. Michael Biehn was supposed to join them. He did not care for the script. So
Interesting.
he passed on it. Yeah. You can't have everyone from Aliens show up in the vampire movie, but it would have been kind of cool. But absolutely love this one. Like I said, Severin is one of the more fun vampires you'll see on screen. And there's a lot of Bill Paxton's personality in this character. And Jason, I know it's been a long time since you've seen it, but when you watch it, next time you cue this up, you're gonna be like, holy crap, he's just playing Bill Paxton, only he's eating people because he's a vampire. Ever the Practical Joker, Bill decided to have some fun with the railroad workers at a nearby depot where the train stop would every night this train would cause production delays because it roll in, the horns and making all the noise. So one night he's in full makeup with the blood and the gore, half his face is missing.
Yeah.
He walks up to one of the engineers and says, hey man, there's been an accident. and if you think I'm bad, wait till you see the other guy. No confirmation on whether that guy needed a clean pair of underwear after that. But if you've seen Severin's look,
his whole face is just
terrifying.
off. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's absolutely gory and terrifying, but he's having so much fun in this movie. I absolutely love this performance. For me, it was hard not to make it the number 1 performance, but there's one more that we got to talk about, and I'm sure our listeners have already guessed who it's going to be. But before we get to that one, Jason, I'm on record. I'm not a big fan of honorable mentions. If you're going to do a top 10, I want to hear 10.
Right.
If it's a top 5, I want to hear 5. I don't want to hear 5 and then like 19 honorable mentions. That's cheating. But I would be remiss if I did not offer you the opportunity for some honorable mentions because you're the guest and I know you love your honorable mentions. So let me ask you, what didn't make the top 10 for you?
So the 2 movies that I enjoy him in that didn't make the top 10 for me, I'm just going to give you 2, but his role as Fred Hayes in Apollo 13, I thought was
Fred
excellent.
Hayes Show. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's an awesome movie. It's an ensemble cast. He's not the lead. I mean, Tom Hanks is clearly the lead in that. So he can move seamlessly into in and out of lead role, backup role, romance, comedy, action.
Yep.
So that one, and then of course he is Master Sergeant Farrell in Edge of Tomorrow
Oh
with Tom
yeah.
Cruise.
Live,
I
die,
don't think that
repeat.
movie is appreciated enough. I think that movie is amazing.
I don't understand why we don't have three of them already. And I mean, we got like what, 8 Mission Impossibles now?
Right.
I got sneak preview passes to see the new one later tonight, and but still, like, take a break, go back to
Right.
Edge of Tomorrow. The
Right.
movie's awesome, absolutely awesome. Yeah, it's a good pick, man. I'm uh I'm gonna go against grain here. I'm gonna offer one for you,
Okay. All right.
Jason. I know you are not the biggest fan of the horror genre, but I also know you're a completist, and you are on a quest to see and possibly own all of the catalog of films from the 1980s.
I am. That's my quest.
So I'm going to offer you an honorable mention. Bill Paxton plays a character named Paul Andrews in the 1982 film called Mortuary.
Whoa.
I'm sure you haven't.
82?
82. You haven't seen this, have you?
No, I don't know anything
Okay.
about it.
Okay. You've seen Bill Paxton get crazy in some of his roles, right?
Yeah, sure.
In Mortuary, you see him go batshit crazy. It's a campy, fun horror film. He plays this creepy, and it's 82, so he's very young, obviously, but he plays this creepy mortician's son, who's the embalmer at this funeral house,
Yeah.
and he's kind of got a thing for this girl who he obsesses over, and that the obsession kind of leads. He takes a little too far. And oh, by the way, his dad, aside from owning the funeral home, also is like the leader of this cult. And there's some crazy shit happening. But Bill Paxton, I'll tell you what, just go on YouTube and just pull up the trailer and watch it, and you'll be like, I got to watch this right now. Right now, it's streaming free on Prime, by the way, so it's
I
it's
gotta
right
check it
there
out.
for you.
Okay.
Bill Paxton, absolutely nutty. In Mortuary, I would definitely, horror fans are going to love it, but I think Bill Paxton fans, like if you just love Bill Paxton, I think you'd enjoy it, especially if you haven't seen it. So
Okay. I'll check it
there,
out.
I'm gonna give you an honorable mention, but I think it's time to talk about the number one role. Obviously, Jason, we are talking about
Private Hudson from Aliens.
Movement!
What's the position?
Can't lock in.
Talk to me, Hudson.
Multiple signals. They're closing. I got signals. I got readings in front and behind.
Where, man? I don't see shit.
He's right. There's nothing back here.
Look, I'm telling you, there's something moving and it ain't us.
Private First Class William L. Hudson.
I think it's interesting that you know his first name because nobody ever mentions it in the movie. They just call him Hudson.
I'm an alien.
Come here, Hudson.
Yeah. Look
Get
into
over
my
here.
eye. Yeah. Hudson, sir. He's
Another bug
Hicks.
hunt.
Yeah. Could be a stand up. I could quote that movie nonstop.
Right?
Yeah. That should be an episode. That should be a crossover episode where someone just reads the first line and just see like a game of catch. Like, see who drops the ball between like us and you guys and the all 80s movies podcast, Docking Bay 77.
Yeah.
I
17
bet John
days.
Yeah. Look at the last 17 hours. Dudes are gonna come in here. They can come in here and they're gonna waste us. Yeah. You put her in charge.
Why don't you put her in charge?
For all the flack he gets about being a whiner and being a complainer, you gotta admit, Hudson, he picks it up at the end. He takes care of business, he does his job, he secures the perimeter, and he goes out with a bang. So I dig it.
He dies a hero's death,
He does die a hero's death. This was the second of the 5 collaborations with James Cameron, and I dare say his best.
Man, you keep teasing this up, but and every time you say it in my head, I'm like, okay, let's see here. Terminator.
Yep.
Aliens.
Yep.
Titanic. True
Yep.
Lies.
Yep. One more, and you're not gonna get it.
Oh, okay. Piranha 2.
No. Listeners, go back and check out our Piranha 2 episode. We actually did that one.
That was a fun episode.
That was a fun episode. No, he actually he did the narration for Ghosts of the Abyss with James Cameron. He was
Oh, okay.
yeah, he where the submarine movie or whatever.
I've seen it. It's good.
Yeah, good. He was they were actually down there like the day like he tells a story. I'm not going to paraphrase it because I can't remember it all, but I do know that they were down there shooting the day of 9/11, and he like in an interview he talked about what the impact that had on him. Like they come up and they're like, "Hey, what's been going on?" And
Oh
think
my
about
gosh.
it's a normal day. You go underwater for 15, 20 hours,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you pop back up, and the world has turned. Like the world's changed
Yeah, the world
drastically.
changed.
So yeah,
Where you been? Bottom of the ocean?
yeah, exactly.
I have.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it one more time because listen, we're talking about aliens. So who hasn't talked? We've all had our turn, right? So listeners, go back and check out our aliens episode from our limited series 1986. And while you're at it, go back and check out the Show You Can't Be Serious podcast. They did an awesome Alien versus Aliens two-parter.
Thank you.
What was that? Like your second season, maybe?
Whew, 2021. So yeah, second season.
Yeah, there you go. I'm a big Shirley fan. You can tell. I collect the whole set. So
Hey, I'm spiking the football too while you're right there. You know, your big question was what's the best movie of 1986? And for me, it's always going to be Aliens. So
listen, I hate to say this while we're talking about Bill Paxton, because while pretty much the whole world agrees with you that Aliens is the best film of 1986, I was standing out there alone. Well, not alone. I had my best friend Brad Kozo standing next to me. We had said Big Trouble in Little China was the best film of 1986 and we had some good reasons, but that's one of those arguments. Like I'm happy to win or lose because we're talking about aliens, we're talking about Big Trouble in Little China, we're talking about James Cameron, we're talking about John Carpenter. Everybody wins in a conversation like that.
I know it's either that or Under the Cherry Moon, right? I mean, it's
somewhere Dave and Scott just got a chill run up their spine because they're gonna return to Cherry Moon later this summer. We got something fun planned.
When I say that may be the episode I look forward to the most, I can't overemphasize the excitement that I have for that episode.
Oh man, we were talking about it. We just got back from Detroit. We went to the Motor City Comic-Con, and to hear Dave begrudgingly talk about having to do this, I mean, he sounded like Luke complained about not getting to go to Tashi Station. He's not looking forward to it. And I said, I'm sorry, but this is what people want. He's like, nobody wants this. You want this. I said. So you heard it here first, Dave. If you're listening, Jason Colvin wants this, so he's looking forward to it.
Patreon member Jason Colvin.
Yeah, yes, the celebrity of Oklahoma. Patreon member Jason Colvin is looking forward to it. Wondering what our listeners are looking forward to. I want to know what do you guys think of our picks for these Bill Paxton roles? Did we discuss your favorite one? You can let us know on social media. You'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. You can check out afilmbypodcast.com for all the episodes and a lot of other fun stuff we've been tinkering with that website. We've been having some fun stuff pop up on there. So check that out. You can write to us at afilmbypodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, and concerns. I'll tell you right now, you do that, we will read your response on the show. We'll send you some A Film by swag. And that's how we do that. Jason, I gotta be honest, man, it's I know we talk all the time, but it has been too long since we were talking on a podcast about movies or directors or actors and actresses that we love. So I'm glad that you were here today. Cannot thank you enough for it, man.
Hey man, thanks for having me on. I appreciate you. And you are getting ready to do me the favor here in just a month or so. And
that's right.
We're going to have you on the Shirley podcast with us, and we're going to be talking Superman Returns versus Batman and Robin. What the heck happened to these movies?
Listen, at this point, I feel like I have to do what the heck happened. I've hit every one of them so far, and I don't want to miss any. And when you guys offered me a chance, like I think earlier this year, you're like, "How'd you feel about talking about Superman or Batman?" I'm like, "Dude, are you serious? And then you told me, I was like, okay, well, different conversation, but I'm in there, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. But Jason, I know that's coming up later this year, but you guys have a new episode arriving tomorrow on
Yeah.
Tuesday. What do you got? What do you got for the listeners?
Summer's a big time for us. And so tomorrow we've got a track by track discussion of the Black Crowes Shake Your Moneymaker album, their debut album from 1990. And then the week after that, we're going to compare that to 1989 Tesla's The Great Radio Controversy with kind of their big hits from that era. And then after that, we've got Rambo versus Commando, Schwarzenegger versus Stallone. It's going to be amazing. And then the week after that, we're doing Jimmy Buffett versus the Eagles, greatest hits. Should have some fun stuff coming down the pipe for you.
That is a blockbuster lineup heading our way from the Shirley Can't Be Serious podcast. I for one am excited because I can tell you right now, I've seen Tesla in concert just a couple years ago, and I am very familiar with the Black Crowes album. That's gonna be a hard one to call. I don't envy you and D making that final judgment, but I trust you'll make the right call. I got to think about that one because I've been listening to the Black Crowes recently, but now you're saying it, I'm like, well, I know how much Tesla rocked, when we went to see him. So that's gonna be a great one, man. Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Jeff. What do you have coming down the pipe at a film by for us?
Well, Jason, it's finally here next week. The big one, our 400th episode. I never thought we'd be talking about number 400, but we decided to do something a little special. So we're going to talk about one of the biggest directors, and we're going to talk about arguably one of the biggest superhero movies of all time. And I promise you, no one has ever discussed this movie.
Wow. What do you got for us, man?
Jason, we are going to talk about 1989's Batman.
Jeff, I don't want to be a jerk, but we've already discussed it. I've heard a million podcasts discuss Batman before. It's not that, it's not that special.
Well, except we're not talking about the 1989 Batman that you know. Jason, we're going to take a trip to the alternate universe video store, and we're going to pick up a copy of Batman, directed by Richard Donner, starring Mel Gibson, Robin Williams, Sean Young.
You are blowing my mind, dude. I can't wait for this episode.
I will say no more. I've been hinting at this a little bit here and there over the past couple months, but I will say no more. Listeners, tune in next week for a very special episode. We are heading to the alternate reality video store, and we're going to talk about one of our favorite movies from the alternate 1989, Richard Donner's Batman.
Wow. That's going to be phenomenal.
So come back, check that out. In the meantime, for all of you that are listening to the show, following us on social media, and subscribing to our Patreon, whether it's here or in the alternate reality, we thank you.
Thanks, guys. That was fun.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Can I blow your socks off here real quick?
Oh, I love when you do this. Go for it.
Okay, so let's go back to 1986. John Hughes calls him and says, hey, I've got a small part in a movie. I'd love for you to be in it. It's the parking attendant in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
We talked about that on last week's episode.
Well, good for you. All right.
I'll cut that. It's all right. You have another one?
I knew I picked that up somewhere recently.
Yeah, you're like, you must have heard that on a film by.
Well, I thank you, Jeff, for informing me of that. I've got
funny.
another one for you, and I may have heard this on a film by, but let me try to blow your socks off with this. Well done.
Go for it.
Well done. All right. So his quote unquote good friend that he met while shooting Next of Kin, Liam Neeson. Did you tell this one too?
Oh, we talked about this on 2 weeks ago.
That's what happens when I listen to your podcast. It just comes in my brain and sticks. Good job.
Tasty nuggets.
Go back and listen to the Film Buy podcast where you can pick up these things on their original run. Good job.
Oh, thank you, Jason.